Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and today I'm back here in London on Savile Row, home to some of the world's best bespoke tailors. For over 200 years, Savile Row has been dressing some of the best dressed and wealthiest men in the world. But there is no question that the quality, craftsmanship, and tradition of a bespoke suit from Savile Row comes at a price. But as rich as Savile Row's bespoke tailoring tradition is, it has given rise to a very vibrant second-hand vintage clothing market. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to explore the world of London's vintage clothing market and see what we could put together on a budget of just $500. Thought it would be fun to reach out to my good friend Max Foulkes, no stranger to the London vintage market, and see what we can pull together. So let's go have some fun.
Challenge accepted.
Max.
Kirby!
Nice to see you.
How are you? Lovely to
I'm
see
doing
you.
great.
Welcome back to
You know,
London.
Well, it's nice to be back, even though we're in the dead of summer right here.
Yes,
so,
you're looking more colourful
You're
than
dressed
normal.
more appropriately. Well, you know, I learned a thing or two from your father today. I'm not wearing a white shirt. I put on something with a little bit of a pattern. So
yes, slowly
it's a little
getting
bit
there.
sure. It's going to be a long.
You know, all the best things take time, Kirby. So you know,
right.
yeah. I mean, coming from me and my father, I'm sure he'd say you look fabulous.
Well,
so.
yeah, he's a very kind man, so I
He tries his
appreciate
best.
So, of course, in today's video, I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
Likewise.
You know, you and your father, the entire family, some of the best dressed in London.
Very, very kind.
But I've always appreciated your ability to pick out some of these hidden gems of vintage clothing in London. And you're certainly in good form today.
Yes.
So
yes.
I thought in today's video, you could kind of, following the previous primer with your father, I thought it would be fun to have a lesson in bespoke vintage hunting.
Well, I'll try my best, Kirby. We'll have a look around London. We'll
Yeah.
see what we can find. I know this street is very much your hometown, home away from home.
So I'll be venturing a little bit off of my home turf.
Unusual, new grounds.
So, I mean, we all aspire to have everything made bespoke like your father. You know, one day, you know, we'll have arrived to that point.
Likewise, yeah.
You know, but the reality is most of us are forced to, let's say, be a little bit thriftier in the creation of their wardrobe, or as one builds it.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I think that's fascinating about London is that, of course, you know, you've got the top, you've got the pinnacle, Savile Row, some of the best tailoring houses are here in London. That's available. But there's this kind of filter down effect where, you know, the old clothes that people can't fit into anymore, you know, kind of end up in this secondhand vintage market.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you were describing, and kind of what gave me the idea for this piece is just exactly how vibrant that vintage clothing market is here in London.
It really is, Kirby, and I mean, it's a shame because not everyone's in the position to buy a bespoke suit from one of the best, streets in London.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it requires a little bit of effort. You've got to really look around. I mean, even going into one shop, you've really got to spend time there looking for the right thing.
Yeah.
You call it thrifting in America. We call it kind of charity shopping here,
Okay.
or secondhand vintage clothes shopping. But it's very much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's very funny now because vintage is, I mean, now people consider the early 2000s as vintage. So you
that's
see
right,
that coming
yeah.
back in as well. But as you can see, I'm very much into the 70s.
Yes.
The
Well, you reach
flares,
far
know.
back.
Yeah, not that far, but far
Yeah.
enough, and channeling my inner Osmonds, you
Yeah.
see. But it's great fun. My brother's always been into it. My father, when he was young, before he got his first, bespoke suit, he used to go do a lot of charity shopping. I've got quite a few of his old suits that thankfully we're very similar in size, so I get to have them as well. But it's really good. It's great fun. And it's very rewarding when you find something so nice for such a reasonable price.
Yeah. And the other thing I really appreciate about you in particular is your ability to kind of pick out these little hidden gems, like, all the silver bracelets, the beautiful denim vest. I mean, when shopping vintage, as we call it in America, I mean, you have access to such a wide repertoire, range, of clothing, in different styles and genres.
And speaking of denim as well, the best is America for this, because you find some great 70s Wrangler denim, some old Levi's, Biggies. So it's very interesting, even across countries, to see what's available. You know.
Yeah. So I guess that's the fun of traveling, is that constant kind of search for great pieces.
I know, it's very interesting to look abroad, and you also get to see what other people in different countries are wearing, and what they've decided not to wear any longer, and what they've left behind in charity shops or vintage clothing stores. So always interesting to see, and always good to keep an eye out wherever you are.
Yeah. So where does one begin? I mean, here we are in London. It's a huge city.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I imagine that for some people, to the uninitiated, it could be overwhelming in terms of not even knowing where to start.
Yes.
So what would your recommendations be?
I would say, definitely car boot sales. Battersea car boot sale, Chiswick car boot sale held on the first Sunday of every month.
Okay.
Really good to look out for. Sometimes there's nothing good. Sometimes there's loads of good things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really have to keep an eye out for something that catches your eye.
You never know when you're going to strike gold.
Exactly. So it's always worth going. Charity shops.
Okay.
And especially charity shops in more affluent areas.
Yeah.
Where people have, discarded some really nice clothes
things,
that they don't necessarily wear anymore, and they know they'll go to a good home, and money goes to a good place as well. The best place to find good vintage clothing is in a good vintage clothing shop, of which there are many in London, a lot more than there once were.
Yeah.
But my favourite is Hornets on Kensington Church Walk.
Okay.
And I think it's worth a visit.
Yeah, well, shall we go shopping?
Let's do it.
All right. All right, well, we'll take the Crocmobile.
Thank you, Kirby. Hello. To Kensington Church Walk, please.
Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and today's video was brought to you by KirbyAllison.com, where you'll find the largest collection of luxury garment care and luxury shoe care accessories in the world, as well as other great clothing accessories for the well-dressed, like this sovereign-grade necktie, pocket squares, braces, socks, and so much more. So if you enjoy the content that we film on this channel, make sure you visit KirbyAllison.com. Beautiful little alleyway here.
It's brilliant, isn't it, Kirby? I mean, this is a part of town that I don't think you ventured to, but you were saying how delightful it is.
Yeah.
Well,
it's one of the things I love most about London, of course. So many things, but I mean, there are a lot of really distinct neighborhoods that have their own character, and so here we are in one of them.
And this is one of them. This is certainly one of them.
And here we are at Hornets.
Here we are at Hornets, one of the three shops, two next to each other. There used to be one on Kensington Church Street. Sadly went a year or two back. But it's one of the best places to find your vintage clothing. Yeah. And people here are so helpful, so kind, will help you find anything you really need to get for any occasion.
They can kind of dig through all to help you find that hidden gem.
Oh, completely. People come here for top hats, morning suits, white, black tie.
Yeah, a lot of nice shoes.
Oh yeah, lovely shoes. And you're very much a shoe man, so you've got to take me through what we've got inside,
Some of the older stuff in many cases is better than the new stuff. And
is that the case?
Yeah, well, I think so. And it's one of the things I love most about quality and craftsmanship, right, is that it's durable.
Oh,
and
yes.
These shops exist because of the durability of things made well.
Oh yeah, completely.
And so instead of going and buying something new, you can actually go to a nice vintage shop like this and find something that's had a lot of years on it, but still is in great condition.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is, if one pair of shoes doesn't fit you here, I mean, there's bound to be 10, 20 pairs that do. So there's such a selection that it would be great to have a look through. Yeah.
Shall we? Let's go.
Good. After you, Kirby.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Here we are.
My goodness.
Doesn't get much better than this, Kirby, does
it? This is incredible.
I mean, you've got everything you need here. Proper stuff. You've got, with regards to shoes, you've got loafers, jodhpur boots, cricket boots, boat shoes, brogues. I mean, you're the shoe man, so you should be saying all of this to me, but
spend a little bit of time on this. I mean, this is amazing. So this is just one of the three little shops right here, because there's two others just on the street. So this is this is a third of all the incredible stuff they have here.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, obviously they've got too much stuff for one single shop, you know, so it's spaced around the two. And I think our dear friend was saying this is the top hat sanctuary, really. I mean, you've got everything here you need. But yes, I mean, the question is, what do we start with? What do we have a look at first?
Well,
you know?
I think it would be fun just to look around. I mean, I guess, you know, with vintage shopping, you have to allow kind of the dust not to intimidate you.
Yeah,
right?
and sometimes the smell.
The smell. And there might be a little bit more, you know, work that needs to be done to kind of go through the rack and to try a few things on.
And also a little work that needs to be done on the clothes that you've decided to purchase in the end. You know?
In what way?
Sometimes alteration. Like for me, I've got exceptionally long arms. So if there's ever any excess fabric that we pulled out to make the sleeves a little longer, that's all it works for me. Maybe sometimes you want alterations done. You might want turn-ups on your trousers or something like that, for example.
Yeah.
But always these little things that can be done, or you can just be left as is and wear it how you've taken it from the shop. You know?
And so a place like Hornets, I mean, are they able to help with the alterations process?
This is something, I think the gentleman was telling us that, he's got a guy that can do these things.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it himself, but as he was telling us earlier, there's quite a few people that work here alongside him. So. Always people to help and aid you in what needs to be done, really. Yeah. Or aid you in where you need to go, tell you where you need to go to get these things done.
Yeah. Whenever you come in to a shop like this, or you're shopping at kind of one of the, you know, what you call it, not garage sale, but
a car boot sale.
Car boot sale, right? The British
version
of the British version of the garage sale in America is a boot sale. Yeah. You know, are you looking for something specific in mind, or is it just always to kind of see what you can find?
Never go with something specific because you won't find it.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll be disappointed. Okay. I've done that in the past and come across something completely different that thankfully I've enjoyed what I've found, and I've picked some nice things up. But I don't think you should ever go with anything in mind. Yeah. And always just kind of go where your eyes take you. Okay. Look around, spend some time. It's always worth spending time doing these things. You need to put it's not all laid out in front of you. Yeah. You really have to look for it.
And I guess therein lies kind of the bargain.
Yes.
Right. I mean, anyone can walk into a high street store, you know, find a 38 regular, you know, and walk out, you know, in 30 minutes. Yeah. Right. But you're going to pay more. You're going to end up with something of a lower quality. Yeah. You know, but here, I mean, just looking at this, I'm really looking forward to pulling things off the rack. Is the unusual, the interesting, and the uncommon. Yes. Right. And that
like with cigars as well. Like
that's right.
Exactly.
There we go. I like
exactly.
We should enjoy one once we
finish
our conquest.
I think we might have to. Yeah. But yeah, no, you can find some really unusual things. And I mean, should we have a look around? I've seen there's a few things that have caught your eye already.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go through the rack and let's just pull some things out, and I'll kind of take your lead. And,
well, there was something I'd already actually, let's see. As you know, Kirby, I love the 70s.
Yes.
And this is a great houndstooth from 77.
Wow.
Couch and Hoskin.
Nice weight to it.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
And it comes with the waistcoat.
Always love turn-ups, and funnily enough, inside leg is my size, 32 inside leg, 38 chest for me. Yeah. The only thing is that I was talking about earlier was my long arms and the short sleeves on this.
Yeah. But something like this could be lengthened at the sleeve head in addition to the bottom of the sleeves.
I think you could, but are they genuine buttonholes or not? Yeah. They are, yes. So I'd have to, for me, I mean, depends how much I can put on, but what I've done on the jacket before is added another buttonhole, but left a gap in between the four that were already there.
Yeah. So this is October 18th, 1977.
1977. A great year.
But it's a beautiful cloth.
The Queen's Silver Jubilee.
That's right.
Yes, there we are. I mean, what could be better?
Yeah.
And the best thing about it is they all come on kind of great vintage hangers as well.
Yeah, let's see.
So we've got Walton Vale, Liverpool. I mean, it's brilliant. It couldn't be better.
The iconic British hanger. I think this has been you know, basically the hanger of Anderson's and every other motel, hotel, and other clothing shop since here in the 70s.
The telephone number, Aintree 7817. I mean, come on. This is brilliant. It's brilliant. Doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. But this is a lovely piece. I mean, I'd love to try it on if you bear with me. Try the jacket on at least. I think it's brilliant. I have to take my waistcoat off.
Denim waistcoat in this heat.
Yeah, it's quite something. Yeah.
But it can hold the perspiration.
I suppose it can. Yes. But here we are. Let's see. I love the lapels on this. It's brilliant.
The lapels are beautiful. I mean, I love the width. right? So
yeah.
Like 4 centimeters. I mean, it's nice.
I mean, it looks
I think
good.
it fits you.
Apart from the sleeves.
I mean, the sleeves. And that's quite a gap that you might have to make up.
Yeah.
Might be pushing it a little bit.
Might put some velvet cuffs on it.
But you could, just always like roll it up and be like, this is show
Down
off
with
your
the
beautiful jewelry.
Yes, the jewelry, the C6 silver.
Yeah.
Very important.
Is the website up for this yet?
The website's not up, but certainly available on Instagram still, which is very important.
Because you kind of devour or scour, a lot of these car boot sales.
Same with clothes shopping, yes. Yeah. And then you'll find fine jewelry, and I think accessories really make an outfit.
Yeah.
And jewelry.
Learned that from your father.
I certainly did, yeah. And as you can see, I've moved on to gold on my fingers. No longer silver on the fingers, but certainly silver on the wrists.
Soon you'll be all gold on the wrists.
I hope so.
I hope give it another few years.
Yeah. A few more paychecks.
That's right.
A little bit more selling of the silver. Make my way up to gold someday.
That's right. You can tell things are going well.
Yeah, but silver's still a passion of mine, and I think good jewelry, good silver complements a suit really nice.
Yeah.
A suit, a sports jacket, casual wear, anything.
Yeah.
It worked very well.
Yeah. Well, I have to join in. So what do you think?
Yeah, go on, Kirby.
I should go for.
What did you see? You saw that brilliant dressing gown, didn't you?
Yeah. So behind you, and again, this is one of the things I think that's so interesting about a shop like this is you really, truly never know what you're going to find. So this is a Sulka dressing gown.
This is great.
And so Sulka was a bespoke, was one of the great Parisian bespoke workshops, wasn't it? I mean, this is a dressing gown. Wow, it's heavily constructed.
Wow, that is a real thing. I mean, that is
I might have
proper thing.
I might have to walk out with this. This is
I think you had your eye on it since the beginning, didn't you?
I mean, I joke that, I look forward to the day that I actually have a house large enough to wear a dressing gown like this. But I may make exceptions.
It's perfect, isn't it?
I need this for the club.
Yeah, you do. I think you need it for the street.
Take it to breakfast.
Yeah. It's great. It suits you brilliantly.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's a lovely looking thing.
And again, the quality, I mean, you can get beautiful dressing gowns from New and Lingwood. We sell dressing gowns. We have a beautiful Ancient Matter dressing gown on the website. But feel this, it's properly lined.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, that would weigh me down. I mean, if you're tired, don't wear this.
Yeah, I have to admit, I wasn't planning.
Although if you're tired, maybe you should wear it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I mean, you could fall asleep on this, and sleep warmly in the dead of winter.
Certainly, yeah.
I mean, we're not going to be able to afford gas much longer here in the UK, so we might need something actually quite
And the lining's
heavy.
Perfect, isn't it? I mean, brilliant condition. It's a lovely condition.
I mean, I have to be honest, I really wasn't expecting to, really land on anything I'd fall in love with.
Yeah.
But this is a great example with an open mind. It's what you're not looking for.
Yes,
that
exactly.
you inevitably find.
Exactly, yes.
So I'm going to inquire about the price of that because this
very
actually
sensible, very sensible.
And it's one of those things also, I say this with, like shopping sales, where you have to be slightly opportunistic in that, whenever the right deal pops up, even if you're not ready for it, you have to jump on it.
I think you do. And speaking of that, this is what I found for myself. Pair of old boat shoes, deck shoes, pretty much unworn.
Wow.
But they're brilliant, and I've always wanted a pair myself.
Completely unworn.
Pretty much. I mean, look at the sole. I mean, that's like
this is brand new.
I don't think anyone's worn those.
Who made these? And so, I don't know if the camera.
I think they're Sanders. Is that what it is?
Yeah. But this is canvas.
Yeah.
It's not buckskin, but this is like a military deck shoes.
Yeah, I mean they're brilliant.
Navy deck shoes.
And I got to admit, I tried them on earlier. Asked the price. They seemed quite reasonable.
How much were they?
I mean, for them being
different shoe size. So.
Right in front of my eyes, right there, ready to get, they were £80.
Brand new.
Like I said, if you went to a car boot sale, you'd be scouring for hours. You might find a pair for much less, but there'd be a lot of time wasted.
Or they might not be in this condition.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, that I think is very reasonable.
Back to you. Or we'll put this.
Yeah, we'll put them there.
Well, so there was another slipper here.
There was one that
Look at these.
Yeah, those are great.
So beautiful. What is this? Alligator?
I mean,
crocodile?
Brilliant.
My goodness, this is bespoke
it's got the Royal
John
Warrant
Lob.
on there.
No, this is bespoke John
There
Lob.
you go.
Oh my goodness. And this is.
When do you think these are from, Kirby?
Well, this has to be because it's London, Paris, and New York, right? And so this is like pre-Hermes acquiring John Lob. So this has to be from like the 80s, but look at this. This is like hardly worn, if not worn at all.
And when did you say they started making ready to wear? Was it late 60s or something?
No. So Lob, so whenever Hermes kind of did whatever they did with Lob and bought the Parisian workshop or licensing deal or whatever it is, you know, they ran the bespoke workshop during the 80s, and it was the kind of early to mid 1990s.
Oh, is that what it was?
They bought Edward Green's old factory in Northampton.
Okay.
And started doing ready to wear.
Ah, I see, I see.
So it's a little bit of an odd arrangement, because if you see a ready to wear pair of John Lob's, it wasn't Lob London on St. James's, the original. It was Lob Paris, but done in Northampton.
Amazing.
I'm gonna have to try these on here in a moment. These are gorgeous.
And speaking of Lob as well, I saw these earlier with the original John Lob shoe trees in them as well.
Yeah.
These you were thinking were late 90s, early 2000s, something like that?
Well, so this is with the kind of the backwards JL, right? This is Lob Paris, their logo. And so this would have to be from like the late 90s or early 2000s.
I mean, they're fabulous. They're far too small for me,
yeah.
But amazing condition. But this is the thing, you've got so many different shoes of so many varying sizes. I mean, you're bound to find something you like.
Yeah, these brown, spectators. And again, a little bit of shoe polish can do wonders for a pair of shoes.
And you as well,
yes,
your hands
we've got
as
a
well.
lot of videos on the channel, helping people, tutoring them in how to, rejuvenate or restore their shoes. But I mean, this is in great condition. I mean, with a little bit of suede cleaner and some shoe polish, I mean, these would look new.
And what were these, new in Lingwood, were they?
Yeah, these were new in Lingwood. Yeah.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
So this is on German Street, right at the end of the arcade.
Yeah.
And not too far from where, you hail most
yeah,
of the week.
there I am. Always there. They never let me out.
But what I like about this is the type of thing that you may not necessarily want to buy new. You don't want to spend £600 or £800 or even more than that on a particularly obscure style.
Yeah, they wouldn't be worn too regularly.
Yeah, because maybe it's an obscure style. You're not going to wear it that much. But if you can find it secondhand and with shoes, I think as long as it is a quality Goodyear welted construction. I mean, an old pair of shoes that are well taken care of and just need some polish can be very easily made to look new. Some new shoelaces.
Now be careful what you say. I'm going to be sending quite a few shoes to you in the States.
Yes, well, we have a polishing program. And look at these. These are interesting. Oh, these are blown out.
Oh, there we go.
So I don't know if I'd go for these, but...
But that's also rather intriguing to see how the person's foot would sit in these. And some of these are kind of molded to the way the person would walk as well. So that can sometimes affect when you're buying a shoe. Like I came across some really nice Chini loafers, which were incredibly uncomfortable on the inside because of the way the person had walked.
Really?
So you've also got to bear these things in mind as well. One other pair of shoe I really like to mention. There's two things going on here. So you've got the George Cleverly tassel loafers. I think they're Cleverly. Yeah, Cleverly. But you've also got the Wildsmith shoe tree.
Which is one of the old bespoke makers.
So we know, both you and I know Matthew Wildsmith quite well.
Jeweler.
He's a jeweler now, but his grandfather was part of the Wildsmith shoes. They had a shop in Prince's Arcade, I think it was. And it's always great to come across, more often than not, you come across the shoe trees more than you do the shoes. But I've seen some great riding
Speaks to
boots.
the durability of a good shoe tree.
There you go, there you go. But I've seen some great riding boots.
It's got a name
it's got someone's name on the inside as well.
Schulte.
Amazing. No, they're brilliant.
I mean, look at the
Look at the hinge as well, it's great.
Well, I mean, you always know that if it's a hinge shoe tree, it's a proper bespoke.
Yeah.
Look at the hollowing.
Yeah, that's amazing. But these are, I love that. And I've never had there was a great pair of Wildsmith tassel loafers on eBay, another good place to look for shoes, which are exactly my size and something I'm...
Did you grab them?
I'm accumulating the cash to buy them.
Contemplating.
Yes, exactly.
Contemplating.
Exactly.
And this is another nice loafer. Look at this.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so this is, this is German. Herren shoe.
I'm a quarter German.
Budapest.
Kirby.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I don't speak a word of it though. Flugzeug, 1, 2, 3, that's
yes,
about it.
well, Tschüss, Dankeschön.
Yeah, that's all you need.
As un Bier.
Yeah, there you go. I don't even know what you're saying.
But this is nice. I mean, I have to say, it's plain. I kind of like the simplicity there.
Yeah, no, they look very smart. I mean, you could.
I mean, the back counter on this one's a little worn, right?
But that'll be due to this type of tree, isn't it? They're not so good for these.
Yeah, kind of pushing out right there, but. But still, I mean, a little bit of shoe polish. This would be made to look new.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, the soles are still quite good.
Soles, heels are great.
Yeah. Well, what else? Let's keep looking. This is exciting.
And there was something else. So speaking of our friends like Wildsmith, there is this. You were not too. You're great friends with, or well acquainted with the gentleman, the Three Kings from Ken Haston Lacta.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
John, Stephen, and
Three
Terry.
Kings. Is
the
that
Three
what they
Kings.
refer to?
That's what I refer to them as. And this, despite it not being a Ken Haston Lacta, is from Sackville Street, where they're situated.
Yeah.
So it's a Warden Kruger, and it's 1980 something. 1980, made for, I mean, you get some interesting things here, let's see. 1981, for Mr. Mayrick.
Really? Older than I am.
Yeah,
there you
by
are,
2 years. Older than I am.
Well, let's try this on.
This looks great. I tried it on earlier.
Again, you can feel.
Oh yeah.
So you tried this on earlier. How did it?
It was all right. I would have had it taken in a little bit, but there's always the trouble with double-breasted. You don't want it tugging, and I'm very particular about it tugging.
Yeah.
There's a little damaged little moth hole here. You know, nothing that's really.
But goodness, I'd say that this fits almost spot on.
That's pretty good, Kirby, isn't it? That is
I mean, look at this.
Good.
I mean, the length is great.
Yeah.
It's good in the chest. I've got room, and the sleeves are perfect.
You look very British.
Yeah. Well, you know, I do, right? I feel like I need to go to, Henley or something.
Yeah.
In this thing.
And what I was thinking, weirdly, would go very well with these are the boat shoes. I think that would be a very interesting combination,
Really?
And something that could actually work quite well, and something.
Well,
I'd like to try
I don't want to
later.
put those on because you've already spoken.
Yeah, they're
them.
claimed. They're mine. They're mine. These aren't going.
I don't want to
anywhere.
get into any fights, at the shop.
No. I mean, you'd win, but
Well,
not going
here
any
is
further than
well,
that.
I don't know about that. I hear your father is a
Yeah,
fierce,
with his words, maybe
Yes.
not so much with his fists. What have you got there?
Yeah, so
Oh,
let's
you
see.
tried this on earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, so let's see. What is this? So this is John Pierce. This is probably ready to wear, right? And let's see if this has a price. This is 350 pounds. I mean, it's not a
Does it
steal.
come with trousers, or
Yeah,
is
it
it
has
just
trousers.
A jacket? Oh, that's important. We love trousers
Yeah.
as well. I mean, considering how much you're going to be paying for the most inexpensive bespoke suit would set you back, what, a couple £1,000
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
I mean, if you're lucky, you get it for under $5,000 US.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But this is
God, what is up with you and your body type? All
I
the
know.
clothes are
This
fitting
is
you.
like I'm hitting home runs.
Yeah,
Like this
I
is
mean,
almost a grand slam.
I feel left out here.
Well,
you
try
know?
some more, and even it comes with the pocket square.
I mean, that's very, very important. And there was this. I mean, for the heat that we're experiencing right now in this city of ours, the city of gold, I've got a linen.
It's a great pocket square as well too. Oh, I've got a double-breasted linen suit made with almost
David
the same
Noble.
material.
I mean, this is what we're. Oh, there we are, falling apart.
Yeah, there are the
They
trousers.
Want to be worn. They want to be worn. You see.
That's right.
So I like this side adjustures.
It's jumping out at you, Max.
Yeah, no. So let's try this on. See how it is.
So let's see real quick.
No doubt the sleeves will
hold the
be.
trousers.
No doubt the sleeves will be short. But,
Yeah, that has to be a big challenge for you with vintage, but you've got so much great vintage stuff in your wardrobe. Clearly, you've worked around it.
Yeah, I certainly. Yeah, there we go. Definitely too short in the sleeves, but
But you could make
it's
that the
interesting.
style.
It's
right?
interesting. Yeah, it could work. Yeah, but especially, I mean, I'm looking for a linen suit myself or a seersucker. I think would be very nice.
So this is Holland and Sherry, Chris Rucco, London. It's a beautiful linen, button fly.
So what I asked earlier was whether they had any Geeves or Hawks, pre-1970s when, I mean, I think both the brands were, late 18th century brands, but one was made for the Navy, one made for the British Army.
Really?
I can't remember which way
This
around
is before
which.
they were combined?
This was before
Amalgamated?
they were combined, yeah. And I've got from my father, so he used to do a lot of, what we're doing now, basically, when he was younger, before he'd made his way to Savile Row, before he'd found Terry when he was working at Hackett and Huntsman and things like this. I got this great 1950s Geeves suit, pinstripe, not dissimilar to this actually,
Okay.
but obviously no vents, at the back, brilliant. And that fits perfectly. So that was a Geeves 1950s. And then I've got a 1960s Hawks, which is a three-piece, which is very interesting. Much slimmer lapels, really slim trousers, but that fits perfectly as well. It fits like a glove, Maybe for most contemporary gentlemen, the trousers are a little long. There's a bit too much of a break in them. But for me and my father, they work very well.
Yeah. Fascinating. Look at this right here. I saw this earlier. So this is a pleated evening shirt.
Ooh.
But look at the, it's like a chambray fabric.
great.
I mean, look how lightweight that is. How
that's
comfortable
brilliant.
that must have been. Right?
It's in such good nick
French
as well.
cuffs. I mean, it's in perfect condition.
Nothing on
This
the cuffs, nothing on the collar.
is 17 inches in the collar, which I don't think
That's a bit big for me.
would
but
work for me.
I'm like 15 and a half. Maybe.
But this is a beautiful shirt, and this was Howie and Hudson, St. James's.
Harvey and Hudson. Yeah, that's what we
German
want.
Street,
That's what we want. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely looking thing.
Would this have been bespoke, you think?
God alone knows, Kirby. Probably not. I mean, but it's great either way.
I mean, this is the type of stuff that, even if you don't find anything that fits, you're inevitably going to walk out with some ideas.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like we were here earlier and a gentleman just came to pick up his dinner jacket, didn't he?
Yeah, well, they were saying to us earlier that they actually have a big morning suit business.
Yeah.
People that, need morning suits or tails or something and don't want to invest in the full kit. Yeah. They've got enough of a selection that they can fit most people.
I mean, these things black tie you can wear. I mean, it depends how often you go out, but white tie is hardly ever worn. Yes. So you don't want to spend a lot of money on white tie,
Let's pull a few more things out. I'm just...
Yeah, well, one thing I've seen over here is the straw boater. I want the straw boater. That's what I want. This is great. Look at that.
Fits you perfect.
That's brilliant.
There we go. Bob's your uncle, as they would say.
As they say. How'd you do, sir? That's one.
Have we looked at
this? So you've got some Frank Thomas motorcycle boots, some cowboy boots harking back to your hometown. Ooh.
Let me try this on. Hold these if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
3-piece. I mean, you can feel the weight of a proper, something that was properly made. I feel like this is going to be another,
You're gonna have trouble taking all this stuff back to the States.
Let me see in the mirror. Maybe a little bit on the short side for me. Yep, not enough clearance in the rear.
Kind of like the rope shoulders you've got here. Yeah, they're quite.
The sleeves are nice.
Quite chiffonelli, isn't it, with your shoulders?
I wonder who made this. This is.
But yeah, that's lovely.
And, I mean, the construction here is really nice. I mean, look at this work.
Great decoration around here. It's a great shame things hanging from the ceiling.
So this is Harrods from 55.
God save us.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I was thinking it was late 50s, early 60s, but I mean, I wasn't far off.
That's incredible. I mean, it could use a little bit of work, but
yeah.
I mean, if it were a touch longer, this would fit. And I mean, talk about some bulletproof fabric. I mean, feel this. I mean again, it's such a great testament to the longevity and durability of great cloth. And you know what? I mean, the age and the patina, I think, only makes it better looking.
I mean, this you probably don't even need to put on a hanger. It'll stand up by itself, won't it?
That's right. Yeah, just set it down.
Yeah.
Throw it against the wall.
Yeah, I like it. It's great. That's brilliant. Yeah, this you could do everything with. There's so many suits that you feel so worried about damaging when you go out. Yeah. Things like this are so robust.
A proper British winter suit.
And there was something really funky, which is not to my taste.
Did we look at this one?
No, we haven't looked at that one. Take that one out. That's great. Oh, this was something you were saying you don't necessarily want to get bespoke because you won't wear it all too often. But
that's beautiful. Here, look at those trousers. Look at the way the tabs are done.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's look. This is Krill A. Castle, Conduit Street.
Conduit Street.
March 81. So this is proper bespoke. Look at this cuff. Look at the cuffed
bloody brilliant
sleeves.
And again, again.
Oh my goodness.
Don't know how you do it, Kirby. I need to know your diet. Something's going on here. Yeah. Your exercise routine.
Well, single button.
You've done it again. Done it again.
Let's look at the trousers. This is damn near perfect. Look at this.
I want it. Very nice. Looks great.
I need to put this on with the Sulka dressing gown.
Well, I think
let's go have a cigar.
I think later on we should try a few things on, have a cigar.
The trousers are always easier to work with because you can always take trousers in. I mean, as long as it's not the size isn't.
They look quite short though. I mean, that's the only thing. But there's stuff that's maybe not.
Not for me. Oh, that's backwards. Nope.
It's
not backwards. Look at the front pockets on this. That's the only. Yeah.
These are great.
But look at the front pockets. What do you think of these pockets?
Oh, they're brilliant. I mean, look, you can put your Dupont, your Dunhill lighter in there.
Yeah, well, I guess, it's summertime. You need easy access to the accoutrement.
Your Dunhill cigar cutter, maybe.
I think I might try this one on.
I think that's very, very sensible.
What do you think? This one or the pinstripe one?
I think you should do it on camera as well. I think you should get into your underwear.
Yeah. I reference back to my shaving video. I disappointed a lot of people on the internet that I did not strip down to my underwear to shave, as I do most mornings.
This is what they want, Kirby. I mean,
and instead, I did it in a shirt, tie, and a beautiful dressing gown.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Okay. All right, it's your turn now.
One thing, speaking about being serious, let's go far from that and look at this. I mean, Look at that.
Yeah, this is your Joker jacket.
This is absolutely mental.
So it was Terry Haste who did the jackets for Jack Nicholson. Whenever he was the Joker, and he was laughing that one of them recently sold on eBay for $56,000.
Sure. I mean, Terry also used to work with Tommy Nutter, and Tommy Nutter was famed for being incredibly extravagant.
You know, I have to tell you, this works with what you're wearing.
The jigger button is very high up, which is really interesting.
I don't even know what that is.
That bit there. Look at that. Oh, I'm just going to leave it undone for the minute there. Ooh!
I think this works. You could.
I just need to.
You don't even need to take the trousers off.
I need to perfect the laugh, and it's brilliant, isn't it? It's actually brilliant. I love it.
You know, for a night out at Lulu's, here you go.
Oh, yeah,
Lulu's
yeah,
or
yeah.
Annabelle's. This is what you need.
That was great. You'd be standing like this, smoking a cigar, looking at the women walk by.
The women looking at you.
Well, actually, I was going to say looking and not talking, but
yes.
You know. Oh, it's great. I love this. This is far from serious. You see, you can find some really jovial stuff in here, some nice fun stuff.
Look at that.
You know, alongside the seriousness and alongside the old bespoke, you can find mental stuff like this.
Well, and this just goes to show you that, you know, there's great finds, but you have to remain open-minded.
Yeah, completely.
You can't let the dust, you know, the dust or the patina, if you will, scare you away.
No, and you can't let. I know some people are dissuaded from wearing clothes others have in the past, but I think that's what's so interesting about it.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's part of the character.
You never know the life it's lived.
Yeah. I think there's an interesting nostalgia there of the fact that, you know, someone, you know, lived their life in the clothing.
Yeah.
This is another, you know, nice jacket. 3-piece.
I mean, there's far too much to get in one episode, isn't there, really?
Yeah.
And you've got leather jackets here as well, not just suits, sports jackets.
All right, well, we must try something on.
Rowing blazers in some places.
What's your choice, Max? Our budget's $500.
Okay, so I'm going to go for the Sackville Street chalk stripe pinstripe suit.
Okay.
I'm going to go for the deck shoes, controversial.
Yep. I'm going to see if I can get these bespoke Lob crocodile ones. These may blow the budget, but you know, to hell with it. It's my show.
With regards to shirts, we haven't looked at shirts, but I'm going to either go shirtless.
Okay, there we go.
There we
go.
For
the ladies?
Let's just go shirtless.
Yes, for
Let's
the
do
ladies.
It. Brilliant. Show off the silver.
Well, surely we can pull a white dress shirt for
we
you.
can
So
find
we'll
something.
have to,
Yeah, we'll find something to go together with it. Maybe a nice tie. We didn't
Yeah.
go through ties. I'm sure they've got some old two-tile ties here. I
They've
love
got beautiful
two-tile.
ties. The pocket squares.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, you know, just fiddling around over here. I mean, beautiful pocket
Some
square.
Brilliant riding boots.
I mean,
as
this
well.
would make a great neckerchief, you know.
These would go well for the motorbike,
know,
which
wow.
sadly wasn't here today, but
Well,
you know. We do have some motorcycle boots over here, but I'd rather they were Avia kit or Lewis Leathers instead of
look at
Frank
this,
Thomas.
Country Life, 1997. Look at that relic.
Oh my goodness. That's something Jeremy Hackett would love that.
Yes.
Who we ran into earlier
Yes,
today,
we saw
funnily
him.
enough.
He was taking your photograph.
He was.
You know, nobody knows who I am in this town, Max.
Yeah, don't kid yourself,
My
Kirby.
fame is, I'm co-opting you.
There's
for my
like 4 or
fame.
5 people that came up to you saying how good you were and how they didn't know me.
Nonsense. Well, let's take a break and let's try some things on.
Brilliant, sounds good.
All right. Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoy the content that we film here on this YouTube channel, one of the best ways that you can support our ability to film even more great content is by visiting KirbyAllison.com, where you'll find the largest collection of luxury garment care, luxury shoe care, and other great clothing accessories for the well-dressed. Also, we have a Patreon page where 100% of the proceeds from our Patreon go to our ability to travel in pursuit of this quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. So if you love the content, these are 2 great ways to support what you see here on youtube.com/KirbyAllison. Well, Max, I think I'm ready for the yacht. What do you think?
I think so, Kirby. I think so. I hope you're getting there by helicopter.
Yes,
That's the only thing.
well, it's the only way I travel these days.
Yeah, exactly. We've done very well,
yes,
haven't
well,
we?
you look brilliant in the houndstooth.
I've tried my best.
You know, you were able to find a shirt, a tie, a pocket square. Look at these boaters. Those are brilliant.
Controversial look, but I think it looks very, and
brilliant.
Socks.
Were those your socks?
These are my own socks.
Oh, well, the socks.
The socks I brought with me. The socks I brought with me.
Well, so did mine. I mean, you know, this was destiny because I've got these 100% silk kind of khaki socks.
Yeah.
Right, and they work perfectly with this suit.
They work brilliantly.
And I have to say, you know, this ended up much better than I expected for both of us.
It's such a good one, isn't it? It's so good.
I don't even, what do you think this is?
I mean,
linen?
whatever it is.
Linen, silk?
I think it's the fabric of the angels, Kirby.
Yes. I mean,
it's fallen from heaven.
Yes. Well, and you know, and no joking aside, I mean, it fits perfectly. It doesn't need a single alteration.
It does, doesn't it?
You know, the trouser pockets are a little weird.
And we were saying these were frog mouth pockets, 70s kind of pockets.
You know, with an elastic little, you know, band here.
Yeah.
But you know, with the jacket buttoned, I could kind of overlook this kind of odd detail.
I quite like them. I quite like them.
I feel like my trousers are on backwards, but I'm sure it's one of these things I'd get used to.
You get used to it. You get used to it. And I mean, all I really need to do is, I suppose, lengthen the sleeves. I think there's a little bit of room there. I might do something with the trousers, but I think I can't really, you know, I think
I mean, you'd
pretty
be
good as
nitpicking
is.
to change anything.
It really would be, yeah. What are we looking at? We're looking at a full outfit for less than £500 right here.
Well, you're less than £500, and other than the crocodile bespoke John Lob St. James's shoes, I was well under 500.
I mean,
and I have to say, I'm going to take the Solka dressing gown. That's
you're going to take
without
it?
question.
You're going to take
I'm going to take both of these. I'm going to actually take it.
You're a genius,
you know, the shoes, you know, I'm going to inquire at dinner, you know, tomorrow
night. See
night.
if you can have them wide.
You know, with Jonathan Lob to see if they could be stretched. I mean, they're so beautiful, and they look almost unworn. You know, that it's almost worth tolerating the discomfort just to have something so beautiful.
With you know, pain, gain, all of these things, you've got to sacrifice a few things.
You know,
I'm definitely
what we suffer through.
I'm taking these shoes with me, unworn.
For sure.
They're brilliant. You know, and I can imagine so many outfits they go very well with.
And the suits, we should see what type of favor we can pull for it, because that suit looks brilliant on you.
It does look very good, doesn't
it? Where was the shirt from? Do you remember?
This I don't know, but I mean, it's a perfect 15.5 collar, suits me perfectly.
Nice,
and the tie, just the tie and the pocket handkerchief, I just saw literally lying around. First things I picked.
You have your father's eye for color.
And
the first thing you go to is beautiful. The navy works. You've got some of the purple, and then the green pops a little bit, gives a little bit of color to this.
And you know, what better way to celebrate them with a cigar? Of
course, these cigars are with your compliments.
Yeah.
Probably, you know, what is it? The unusual and the unpopular, as we know from the YouTube channel. You're so
certainly
good
are.
at ferreting out, and this is an extension of that, of going out and doing some vintage shopping.
I mean, it's been a great day, hasn't it? It's been a great day. We've done very well for ourselves, especially you, Kirby. I mean, you've come and you've got the body type for all of you. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's the American in you. It must be.
Well, we sent our sizes ahead of time to say, you know, help us a little bit. But I have to say, I didn't have high expectations. I'll be completely frank. I didn't have high expectations that we would actually find something that I would fall in love with.
Yeah.
You know, I certainly anticipated us being able to find things that fit.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, but the Solka dressing gown, that is marvelous.
That's
and
a beautiful thing.
I mean, they made some of the best dressing gowns of all time, right? To find that is a diamond in the rough.
That's stunning.
In this suit, you know, I have to say, like what we spoke about earlier, you can't be looking for something specific. This is absolutely not something I would have expected to find. It's not something that I would have gone looking for.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, couldn't be more perfect. And to be completely honest, I mean, I almost want to wear it for the rest of the day, because it's perfectly, you know, it's perfect for the weather we have here.
Oh, completely, yeah, completely. I'm in a completely wrong outfit. Yeah, or on the yacht. I mean, I'm very much, I've got the right shoes for the yacht, but the rest of the outfit is very much a winter outfit. But I'm very, very happy with this, and you know, no better way to spend my day off from work.
Thank you for giving us a little bit of time, Max. And of course, you know, you've got so many talents, you know, from cigars to jewelry to silver, and then of course to, you know, finding true diamonds in the rough in kind of the vintage clothing market.
Here we are.
And I look forward to seeing you off of London sometime this week, and hopefully enjoying another cigar and a nice drink.
Of course, of course. Maybe a slightly bigger cigar than this.
Yes, well, you know, but this again, what is this, a 35 ring gauge?
35 ring gauge. I mean, it's my profile. It's your
perfect
profile,
for the occasion.
Exactly. A hot summer's day, what could be better?
Yeah. Right. Max, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Gabby. Thank you.